Hello everyone.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
So far discussed in the last class. Do you have any query or any doubt, any questions from the assignment part or the theory part? Anyone having any doubt? If you have doubt, then you can ask me, or else we can proceed with our discussion for the today's. So no doubt, right?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So today we will discuss regarding logarithm. Okay. This chapter will be very useful in many cases, like in physics, maybe in chemistry, okay, and of course in maths. Okay, so let us discuss what is the fundamental basis of the logarithm and how it has originated. Okay, so to start with, the basic of logarithm, we need to have a prior idea regarding exponential expression. Okay, so before starting this logarithm part, we should have a prior concept or prior idea of exponential expression. Okay, or also you can say like exponential function also you can tell, but in your class 9 10th level you can call it as exponential expression, no problem. Now, first of all, what is the basic definition? What is the definition of this exponential expression that we need to understand first? Okay. Remember, again, I'm telling that exponential expression is the basis or the fundamentals for the logarithm concept. Okay. So the basic definition for exponential expression is that y equal to a to the power x, y equal to a to the power x. Now earlier you have studied regarding laws of indices, laws of exponents, so you have that right idea. Okay, so now in this case, in y equal to a to the power x, here x and y, they are variable. Okay, and a is a given constant. Okay, this base is given to you, right? Now definitely there are some restrictions or conditions for the base. The condition is that this exponential expression is defined for positive value of the base, and at the same time, remember, a cannot be equal to 1 and a belongs to set of real number. Okay, now question is why it is a not equal to 1? Because if you consider here 1, then for any value of x, for any real value of x, the value of y will be equal to 1. Okay, so that is why apart from 1, we are considering rest positive bases. Okay, now you can ask me why only positive base, why not negative base? Because when we will slowly move into the logarithm part, then I will tell you that we will discuss only the real logarithm. Okay, so real logarithm is applicable for only positive base. Okay, that we will discuss after that. Okay, so at this moment, exponential expression is defined as y equal to a to the power x, where this base is a constant which is greater than 0. Okay, and at the same time not equal to 1. And since we are dealing with real numbers, so a is obviously belongs to set of real numbers. Up to this, any question, anyone? So this is basic definition. Now separately we will discuss for this positive base. Okay, since a is greater than 0, so obviously there are two possible cases Okay, what is that? First case is A is lying in between 0 to 1. That means fractional base in between 0 to 1. Okay, and in another case, A is greater than 1. Do you get my point? So we are dividing A into two regions. Like in the first case, you can think like this. Let's suppose this one is 1 and we are dealing with only this region and this region for A. Okay, and for A equal to 1, that is not valid because I have mentioned that A not equal to 1. Okay, so in this region, of course, A is in between 0 to 1, and in this region, A is greater than 1. So separately, we will discuss what is going on in this two different region. Okay. Now, for example, if we think that A is suppose 1 by 3. Okay, this is your given base. A equal to 1 by 3. Now, what is the exponential expression here then? Y equal to A to the power x equal to 1 by 3 to the power x. Right? Now, if you go on increasing the value of x, then what will happen to the value of y?
It will decrease.
It will decrease. Correct. It will decrease. Because, for example, if you think that x equal to 1, okay, so then y equal to 1 by 3 to the power 1 is 1 by 3. Okay. X equal to 2, 3 square, 1 by 3 square, that is 1 by 9, and so on. Okay. Now you can see that as you go on increasing the value of x, the value of y is accordingly decreasing. So in this case, when A is in between 0 to 1, in this case, with increasing input x, there is decrease in the value of output y. Do you agree? And for the other case, for example, if we consider A equal to suppose 2, this is the given base now. Okay. Now that means in which region? A is greater than 1 region. Now in this case, the exponential expression is y equal to 2 to the power x. So here you can see that if you go and increase the value of x, the value of y will also increase due to the greater than 1 base. Okay. So you can think like for x equal to 1, y equal to 2 to the power 1, that is 2. For x equal to say 4, then y equal to 2 to the power 4, 16, and so on. Okay. So it means if you go on increasing the value of x, the value of y is also increasing exponentially. Okay. And in this case, the value of y is decreasing exponentially. Okay. So that is why it is called exponential expression. Now, if we just think that how the graph of y equal to a to the power x will look like. Okay, so we will draw for two different regions. So in one region, I have mentioned that A is in between 0 to 1, and another region A is greater than 1. Okay, just tell me up to this, any query, anyone? Fine.
Sir, may you scroll up a bit?
Yeah. Yes, tell me.
Sir, may you scroll up a bit? Okay.
Do you have any query? Fine. So let us now draw the graph for y equal to a to the power x in two different region. Okay. Okay, so in the first case, we have seen that if you go on increase the value of x in this direction, that means in this direction, the value of x is increasing obviously in this direction. Okay, and accordingly, due to the fractional base in between 0 to 1, the value of y will decrease. Okay, now the nature of the graph is something like this. This is the nature of the graph y equal to a to the power x. This is the nature of the graph. Now, this is not a fixed graph. I am telling you, this is not a fixed graph. For some given value of the base, this is the nature of the graph. Okay, so if you go on increase the value of a, okay, so accordingly, what will happen? If you go on increase the value of a, then accordingly, with increasing value of x, the rate of decrease of y will decrease. Are you getting my point? For example, if I tell that a equal to half and a equal to suppose 1/4. If we want to compare for these two cases, then for this case, what will happen? Y equal to half to the power x, and for this case, y equal to 1/4.
1/4 to the power x.
Okay. Now you just think that if you go on increase the value of x, okay, then y will decrease. Here also, if you increase the value of x, y will decrease. Okay. Now, in which case the rate of decrease will be less?
1/2 to the power x.
Correct. In this case, the rate of decrease will be less due to the greater value of a. Do you get my point, all of you?
Yes.
You can check
Yes,
with
sir.
some example for x. Okay. You can check with some example for x. Okay. Suppose x equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. If you take those values, then accordingly you will get different values of y. Similarly, for this case, you will get also different values of y. Now you will see that in this case, the rate of decrease of y will be lesser. Okay, due to the greater value of a. Okay, so accordingly, the nature will be like this, but the position will be a little bit up down. Okay, so suppose in some case it will be something like this. In some case, okay, or in some other cases it will be much more steeper. Okay, so I'm showing here. Suppose in some case it is something like this. In another case it is something like this. The point is that the nature of the graph is same, but the position may differ based on the value of a. Okay, so accordingly you can see that the rate of decrease of y is different in all three graphs. Do you agree? All of you
Yes,
getting my
sir.
point? Okay, so accordingly it will be different. Okay, but the thing is that these 3 points, they will not be actually different. I have drawn here separately, but they are not different. It is better if you draw like this. This is just for your understanding I have drawn. Suppose in one case it is something like this. In another case it is something like this. Do you get my point? This point will be fixed. Why is it so? Because at x equal to 0, suppose if we think of for a to the power x, what will be the value of y if x is 0?
1.
Yes, for x equal to 0, y will be equal to a to the power 0, that is 1. Okay, now whatever be the base, in every case for x equal to 0, you will get y equal to 1. Do you get my point?
Yes,
All of
sir.
you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So accordingly, this point is fixed. This point, that is 0, 1, this is fixed point. Okay, for every y equal to a to the power x. Now the thing is that in this case, suppose it is a1, in this case it is a2, in this case a3. Okay, so the graphs are different, the expressions are different. Suppose in this case y equal to a3 to the power x, in this case y equal to a to the power a2 whole to the power x, and in this case a1 whole to the power x, like that. Tell me, any confusion up to this? Okay, now further we will discuss the nature.
So what is the name of this type of curve?
Exponential expression, y equal to a to the power x. I have mentioned that.
No,
Okay.
the curve.
This curve,
Yes, sir.
exponential curve. I mean, what you want basically.
I was asking like for quadratic expressions we have parabolic curve, and I was asking if this has something named
No,
like that.
it is exponential curve.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now main important part is that important part is that remember this region, okay, this particular region. Okay, so you can think like that this graph is decreasing and slowly it will touch x-axis, but it does not happen. Okay, it will not touch x-axis at this point. I mean, it will go on decreasing but never touch x-axis. Why is it so? Because if you think that if it touches x-axis, then what will happen at that point? The value of y will be equal to 0. Are you getting my point?
Sir.
If the graph touches x-axis, then at that point, y equal to 0. Do you agree, all of you?
Yes, sir.
But since we are dealing with positive value of the base, okay, we are dealing with positive value of the base. In this case, a is in between 0 to 1, so obviously positive. So for positive base, whatever be the exponent, okay, you will not get the value of y equal to 0 unless and until your base is 0. Do you agree? So
Yes, sir.
that is why this curve will not touch x-axis. Okay, rather it will go on decreasing, and the value of y will tend towards 0, but it will not touch x-axis. Tell me, do you have any confusion at this point? So you can further add here, then at that point y will be equal to 0, but it does not happen. It does not happen due to a greater than 0, positive value of the base. Okay, so the curve does not touch x-axis, rather it proceeds tending the value of y to 0, but not equal to 0. Do you get my point, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, up to this, any confusion, anyone, tell me. Now we will draw the graph for a greater than 1. Okay, So in this nature of the graph is similar, okay, but in this case the value of y will increase. The value of y will increase. Okay, remember one thing, this point is basically 0, 1 I have mentioned, and this point also 0, 1. For x equal to 0, y is 1, and the graph is similar to like previous one, but in this case the value of y is increasing exponentially with increasing value of x. As x increasing, y is also increasing, whereas in this case y is decreasing. Okay, and at the same point here also the same thing happens. Here also the graph will not touch x-axis due to the same reason, that a is positive. Okay, so it will not touch x-axis. Moreover, due to the positive base, okay, due to the positive base, whatever be the exponent, your final output is also positive. Okay, in case of y equal to a to the power x, here in this case y equal to a to the power x, for positive base, whatever be the exponent you put, your final output y is also positive. Do you agree here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is why in both the cases, here as well as here, these two graphs will not go below x-axis. It will always be above x-axis in both the cases. Is that clear? Because above x-axis, you know, the value of y is positive. So that is why it will not go below x-axis. It will always be above. Tell me any confusion up to this. So this gives you the basic idea for the real logarithm that we are going to discuss next. Okay, so this entire thing is the basis for evolution of the concept of real logarithm. Remember, we will discuss only real logarithm which is applicable for positive number, applicable for positive numbers and positive base. Okay, we will discuss for positive base only and for positive numbers. And earlier we have learned that exponential expression is defined for positive value of the base. Okay, so that is the main interlink here in between exponential expression and the logarithm, is that we also deal with the real logarithm part for positive numbers and also for positive base. Remember, we will not discuss logarithm of negative numbers or non-real numbers will not be discussed. Okay, so for negative numbers and for non-real numbers, we will not discuss the logarithm. We will concentrate only on the real logarithm applicable for positive numbers and positive base. Okay, any confusion up to this? So now we will slowly move towards the definition part. Okay, what is the definition of the logarithm? So whenever I'm telling logarithm, it implies for real logarithm, remember. Okay, so definition of logarithm, all of you write down that logarithm of any positive number with respect to some given base which is greater than 0 but not equal to 1. Remember, positive number and for given base which is greater than 0 but not equal to 1. This one we have already mentioned in the definition of exponential expression, isn't it? So, is the exponent or power to which the base must be raised in order to obtain the given number. This is the basic definition. Let me explain this one. Okay. Suppose a to the power x equal to b, some number. Okay. So in this case also a greater than 0, a not equal to 1, and a comma b both belongs to set of real number. Okay. So in this case, x is called logarithm of b to the base a. Okay, because from the definition we know that logarithm of any positive number, okay. So here we are considering logarithm of b. Okay, now as a is positive for whatever be the x, b is also positive. So you can write here that yes, b is also positive. So that is why logarithm of any positive number, in this case logarithm of b with respect to some given base. What is that base? The base was a, okay, which was greater than 0 but not equal to 1. That I have mentioned here, is the exponent or power to which the base must be raised. That means in this case what was the exponent? X. That is basically the logarithm of the given number, given positive number. You can see here I have written x is called the logarithm of b with respect to the base a. Earlier we have considered base a. So to which the base must be raised in order to obtain the given number. What was that given number? Given positive number, that was b. We got that taking a to the power x. So can you correlate with the definition, all of you? Fine. So we will write that x equal to logarithm of b to the base a. We will say like x is called logarithm of b to the base a. A is always below. Okay, this base is always at the tail of g. Okay, at the tail of g. Remember, x equal to logarithm of b to the base a. We will say like that. So this is the basic definition of logarithm. Okay. Now for your information, you can note it down 2 points. That for two particular case, suppose when base is 10, when base is 10, I mean in class 9, 10, we deal with this type of base quite often. Okay. And whenever no bases are given, and by default we consider base equal to 10. Okay, so that base we call as, those type of logarithm is called common logarithm, considering base equal to 10. Okay, those are called common logarithm. And in other case, when base is equal to some specific constant, suppose if we talk about e, this e comes from the exponential expression Okay, so this exponential from this e comes basically. Okay, so this is also a constant whose value is approximately suppose 2.7. Okay, so we can see that obviously this base is greater than 1. Okay, so from that we will determine the nature basically. Okay, so but in that type of logarithm is called natural logarithm. This is just for your information, you can note it down. Two particular specific case. Okay, I mean they are not obviously not in general case. Okay, the specific case. Tell me, any confusion up to this? Anyone? Okay, should I move forward? Do you have any doubt? Anyone? Tell me.
No, sir. No, sir.
Fine. Now,
Sir, may you just submit?
yeah. Let us solve one question. Okay.
The first one, x is equal to 1000.
Yes. Yes, 1000.
Second one, minus 7/4.
Yeah, correct.
So third one is
Yes, tell me.
so third one
I could not hear. Third one?
is minus.
Minus 1.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, correct. What about others? Do you have any doubt, anyone, in question number 1? Or else we will discuss. If you cannot solve the first one, please tell, we will discuss.
Sir,
Yeah,
sir, I'm having problem with the question number 1.
question number 1. Okay, let us discuss. So question number 1 tells log 0.1 base x equal to minus 1 by 3. Okay, now you just think of the definition for log. Okay, let's say for x equal to, as I mentioned, that log b base a. Okay, which means what? B equal to a to the power x, isn't it? This was the basic definition for logarithm. Okay, so in this case also, so B is here 0.1, correct? And this is your A, this was your X basically. I mean, according to this one. Okay, so what you get, x to the power minus 1/3 equal to 0.1. Do you get my point? Tell me. So if you cube both sides, cubing both sides, you will get x to the power minus 1 equal to 0.001. Okay, so x to the power minus 1 means 1 by x. So accordingly x will be equal to 1 by 0.001. So that means 1000. Tell me, any question here? Who asked this question?
Sir, me, Prithviraj.
Prithviraj, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about the second question?
The second one answer is 29 by 27.
No.
Minus 7 by 4.
Minus 7 by
4.
Yeah,
Minus
yeah.
7.
Okay, let us discuss then, if you cannot solve. So suppose x equal to log 27 root 3 divided by, sorry, base 1 by 9. Okay, so it means similar to the previous one, 1 by 9 whole to the power x equal to 27 root 3. Okay, so 27 root 3 you can express as 3 cube into 3 to the power half. Okay, and 1 by 9 means 1 by 3 square. So that means 3 to the power minus 2 whole to the power x, and it will be 3 to the power 7 by 2 because exponent will be added on multiplication. Okay, so 3 to the power minus 2x equal to 3 to the power 7 by 2. So x will be equal to minus 7 by 4.
So number 3 is minus 1.
Minus 1, correct. So who asked this question? Question number 2. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about number 3?
So in the same way.
Huh?
In the same way.
In the same way. Okay. What about others? All of you could solve question number 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next question. If this expression equal to 1, then find the value of x. Remember, in this type of question, you have to start from the outermost logarithm. Okay, whatever be the outermost logarithm is there, based on that, you have to proceed inside. You get my point, what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you still have any question regarding question number 3, please raise.
So it is coming 2 to the power 3 to the power e.
Which one?
Last one.
No.
Oh.
2 to the power 3 to the power e.
First one is log base 2 or e.
This one 2.
Okay, sir.
This is 2. This is also 2.
Sir, 81.
2 to the power 9.
Sir,
2 to the
81.
power 9. 2 to the power 9 is the
Okay.
correct.
Oh, I thought e is equal to 2 there.
Okay, okay, okay. No issue. Okay, I am telling once again that you have to start from the outermost log. Okay, so you can think that this expression is suppose equal to capital X. Okay, so now what is your reduced equation? Log capital X base 2 equal to 1.
That is 512.
Yeah, 512. Okay, so if you consider this entire expression equal to capital X, so what is the reduced equation now? Log capital X base 2 equal to 1. Okay, so from here you first find out what is capital X, then again slowly move. All of you getting my point? So capital X equal to 2 to the power 1, that is 2. Now you replace capital X here. What was that? Log 3 log X base 2 equal to 2 now. Are you getting my point? Then from here, again you will start from the outermost log. All of you do, please. Any question, anyone up to this?
No, sir.
So rest of you could solve for X?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, this portion you can think of equal to suppose P. Okay. So now log 3 base P equal to 2. So that is P equal to 3 square, that is 9. So P means what? Log X base 2. Okay. So finally X will be equal to 2 to the power 9, that is 512. So for this type of question, you have to start from the outermost log and slowly move inside. Tell me any question up to this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Fine. Can I move forward? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we will discuss the properties part, properties of logarithm. First property is log x to the power n base a equal to n log x base a. Okay, so when you have log of x to the power n to the base a, then this exponent comes in front and making it n log x to the base a. Okay, so let us prove this one. So suppose that this left hand side is equal to some variable, suppose p. Okay, so according to that, a to the power p will be equal to x to the power n from the definition of logarithm and the interlink between exponential and logarithm. Okay, so a to the power p equal to x to the power n. So according to that, x will be equal to a to the power p whole to the power 1 by n, that is a to the power p by n. Okay, now in this step, if you consider logarithm on both sides, this side as well as this side, with respect to same base a, let us see what happens. We are considering log on both sides to the base a. Okay, so whenever you are considering logarithm for some step, you have to consider in both the sides. You cannot take in either side. Okay, you have to consider logarithm on both sides with respect to same base. These bases cannot be different if you take logarithm both sides. Okay, remember, whenever you consider logarithm both sides, you have to take with respect to same base. Is that clear? Okay, now tell me, for log a to the power p by n to the base a will be equal to how much? What will be the
P by
final
n.
exponent? P by n, because base to the power p by n gives you a to the power p by n. Okay, so according to that, you will get log x to the base a equal to p by n. Up to this, any doubt, anyone? So finally, p will be equal to n log x to the base a. Okay, so earlier we took p equal to this one. Now p equal to n log x to the base a. So basically, they are equal. Tell me, any question up to this? Okay, remember, whenever you do not know what about this exponent, whether it is odd or even, you don't know, then you can use this property directly, no problem. Okay, and at the same time, for example, suppose if we think of that log x square base a, okay, log of x square base a. So by property 1, we can write 2 log x base a. Okay, now remember, in your class 9th 10th level, if you write this property, then that will be correct, no problem. Okay, I mean, no one will object if you write this property in class 9th 10th level. But remember, in your higher classes in 11 and 12, you cannot write they are equal. Okay, even also based on property 1. As I mentioned, when you don't know about the exponent, whether it is even or odd, then you can use this property directly. But in this case, we know that n is even here. Okay, so whenever the exponent is even, then you cannot write this property, and they are not equal basically. Okay, let me discuss this part. Remember, they are not equal. They are not equal. Although based on property 1, they should be equal, but they are not equal. Remember, whenever you are writing two quantities, when you are writing equal, remember, at that time, you have to keep in mind that they are only equal if domain of left hand side is equal to domain of right hand side. We have already discussed regarding domain earlier, so you have the prior idea what is domain. Okay, so whenever you are writing both the sides are equal, you can only write if and only if the domain of left hand side is equal to domain and right hand side, then only you can write the two quantities are equal. Otherwise you cannot write. Do you get my point up to this? Tell me, any confusion up to this, anyone? Now in this case, okay, in this case for left hand side, what will be the domain? I mean, what will be the accepted value of x? Can anyone tell? What are the accepted values of x here?
Positive values except 1.
Positive values except 1. Okay, so
Yes.
can it be negative values also? Can x be equal to some negative value? Can x be negative?
No,
In
then it
left
will
hand
be
side?
It's square to them.
Can x be negative in left hand side?
no, then it will not be real logarithm.
Why? If x is negative, to the power 2 means positive value. So in case of left hand side, if x is negative, x square is positive. So no problem, na? We are considering log of positive value in case of real logarithm. So is there any problem
No.
if we consider x negative? And for x equal to positive, obviously there will be no problem. Okay. Do you get my point?
Yes, sir.
All of you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that means here x can be positive, x can be negative. That's it. But x cannot be equal to 0. Okay. X cannot be equal to 0. Why is it so? X cannot be equal to 0 because I mentioned, suppose log b base a equal to x, so accordingly a to the power x equal to b. So for which base? Base is greater than 0, correct? Now when base is greater than 0, whatever be the exponent, your value of b will be positive, I mentioned. Okay, b will be 0 if and only if a is 0. Do you get my point? We are dealing with only positive base. If a is positive, whatever be the value of x, b is also positive. So b can never be equal to 0 in this case. Okay, so if you consider log of 0, that will give you some undefined value. Okay, log of 0 with respect to some positive base will give you undefined value, because a to the power x cannot be equal to 0, for any positive base. Do you get my point? So that is why log of 0 is undefined, and hence x cannot be equal to 0. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So we can write that domain of left hand side will be, tell me, all real values except 0. Do you get my point?
Sir.
Okay. So we are sure that log of x square base a, for this side, for left hand side, the domain is all real values except 0. Now let us concentrate on the right hand side portion. What is our right hand side? Right hand side is 2 log x to the base a. Okay. So in this case, what should be the domain? What are the acceptable values for x? Tell me.
All positive values except 0.
No,
R
Yes,
plus
I will-
minus 1.
it cannot be negative also.
It cannot be negative. Very good. Okay. So in this case, x has to be greater than 0. Okay. So when you are writing x greater than is applicable for positive value of x. In this side, x cannot take negative value. Do you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this case, domain of right hand side will be, tell me, 0 comma infinity, isn't it? X greater than 0 means what? Open interval 0 comma infinity.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now tell me, are they in the same domain?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Okay. So that is why domain of left hand side not equal to domain of right hand side. Okay. So that is why you cannot write they are equal. Tell me, up to this, any confusion, anyone? So then what we will write then? What should we write? The correct one is that log of x square base a will be equal to 2 log mod x base a. Remember, whenever you are having even exponent, then you have to write here mod of x. Why is it so? Because in this case, what will be the domain? What is the domain in this case?
Positive values.
Can it be negative value for x?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It can be negative.
Yeah, if x is negative, then also mod x is positive.
Positive.
And
Yes.
x is positive means also mod x positive. But x cannot be equal to 0 because that will give you 0 here. Log 0 is undefined. Okay. So at the same time, here also domain is 0, r minus 0. Here also domain is r minus 0. Set of real numbers except 0. So now they are equal. Okay. So in general, you can write here that log x to the power 2n base a will be equal to 2n log mod x base a. Okay. Remember, this one is even. Whenever it is even exponent, then you have to put here modulus. Again, I am telling you, at class 9, 10th level, if you write here only they are equal, that is correct. That is correct means what? You will not be, I mean, no marks will be deducted. Of course, it is not correct, but no marks will be deducted in your class 9, 10th level. But better to clear your misconception in the very grassroots level. Okay. So that is why, remember, whenever you have the even exponent, in that case, by property 1, of course, this exponent will come in front, but you have to put here modulus. Okay, because otherwise in both the sides domain will not be equal, so you cannot write they are equal in that case. Tell me, any confusion, anyone up to this? Again, I'm telling you, this is not very easy thing, okay, to understand. If you have any doubt, anyone, please raise your hand. Any doubt, anyone? Sure, you don't have any doubt? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So can I move forward then if you don't have any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. The second property is that a to the power log x base a is equal to x. A to the power log x base a. Remember, log x base a is in the exponent of a. Okay. So this portion is in the exponent of this base a. So let us try to understand this one. Suppose again a to the power log x base a equal to some variable p. Okay. So now if you consider log both sides, okay, with respect to same base, whenever you are considering log, you have to consider same base that I have mentioned. So in this case, a was the base. So I am considering here also a is the base. Okay. So according to that, log p base a will be equal to, of course, based on the property 1, this will come in front. Okay. Sorry. So it will be log x base a into log a base a. Okay. So log a base a means equal to
1.
1. Okay. So log p to the base a equal to log x to the base a. That means p equal to x. So earlier we took this equal to p. Now p equal to x. So they are equal also. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt, anyone? Please raise. Third property is that log a to the base c equal to log a to the base b divided by log c to the base b. Okay, this is called base conversion property. Okay. Not only that, you can note it down that log a to the base c is nothing but also log a by log c. That is also correct. Okay, so you can note it both of them. So let us understand this property. Let p equal to log a to the base c. So accordingly, c to the power p will be equal to a based on the definition. Okay. So now if you take log both sides, okay, it will be p log c, sorry, p log c will be equal to log a. So accordingly, we are getting p equal to log a divided by log c. Are you getting my point? So whatever I have written here, that is justified now, that log a base c equal to log a by log c. So this portion is over. Okay. And at the same time, we can think like that, suppose we are considering base b here, here also base b. So now here will be base b, here also base b. So this portion is now justified. Okay. So in this case, we are not writing any base here. That means by default, these base are same base, equal base. It can be anything. When you are not writing anything, that means by default the base is 10. Okay, and whenever I am writing here base equal to b, so that means some specific base, suppose 2, 3, 4, whatever. Okay, and whenever you are not writing anything, that means by default it is 10. Any doubt, anyone up to this?
No, sir.
What about others? Can I move forward?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Next property is that log x to the base a to the power n. Okay, so that means based on property 3, based on this property, we can write this equal to log x divided by log a to the power n, which means log x divided by n log a. We can write here n log a because we don't know about the exponent n here, whether n is odd or even. Okay, so we are getting 1 by n log x divided by log a. It means 1 by n log x to the base a. So this is the property basically, that log x to the base a to the power n is equal to 1 by n log x to the base a. Okay, and at the same time, based on the earlier concept, if it is log x to the base a to the power 2n, then what we will write? 1 by 2n log x base will be
Mod A.
mod a. Why is it so? Because we are dealing with positive base. Remember, we are dealing with positive base here. Okay, so in this case, what are the acceptable values of a? A are positive, a negative, not equal to 0. Do you get my point? Due to the even exponent for a, if you consider positive value of a or negative value of a, what will be the final value here? Positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive.
Positive. Okay, so that is why in this case, sorry, so in this case the value of a can be positive, negative, but not equal to 0, because we are talking about non-zero base. Okay, whereas in this case, if you write only a, then what will happen? In that case, a will be only greater than 0, isn't it? But again, that is not applicable here. Okay, I mean, for two different cases of a is not possible and making it equal. So this is absolutely wrong. Okay, so that is why we have to put here modulus sign. Then only we can tell that a is positive or negative, but not equal to 0. Tell me, any doubt? It is based on the same concept that we have discussed here. This one, this entire thing. Like we have discussed earlier, same thing here also. Okay, whenever you have even exponent, then also you have to put modulus in case of the base. Are you getting my point? Do you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whenever you don't know whether it is odd or even, then you can use this property, no problem. Or else for even exponent, every time you have to write this property as base equal to mod A. Okay. Can I move further?
Yes, sir.
All of you have copied properly?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fifth property is that log x1, x2 into x3 up to xn base A equal to log x1 base A plus log x2 base A plus log x3 base A plus dot dot up to log xn base A. Okay. So let us discuss this one. Remember, they are just product, basically product of few non-negative numbers you can think of. Okay, product of real numbers. So in this case, remember x1, x2, x3 up to xn, they have to be positive real numbers. They have to be positive real numbers. Okay, they cannot be negative or zero. If either of them is zero, then it becomes zero. But log 0 is undefined, I mentioned. Okay, and also either of them cannot be negative also, because in that case these things also will accept negative value, which is not accepted. Do you get my point? So remember, here x1, x2 up to xn, they are all greater than 0. Okay, x1, x2 up to xn, they are greater than 0. Okay, so let us consider that log x1 base A equal to y1, suppose. Okay, so accordingly A to the power y1 will be equal to x1 log x2 to the base A equal to y2. It means A to the power y2 equal to x2, and so on for log xn base A equal to yn. It means A to the power yn equal to xn. Now if you take the product, okay, if you take the product, then what will happen? x1 into x2 dot dot xn will be equal to A to the power y1 into A to the power y2 up to A to the power yn. That means A to the power y1 plus y2 plus up to yn. Okay, because on multiplication exponents gets added. So now we are considering log both sides with respect to same base A. Okay, to the base A. So obviously this will be what? This exponent will come in front. Okay, so you will get only y1 plus y2 plus dot dot up to yn, which means y1 means log x1 base A, y2 means log x2 base A, and so on up to log xn to the base A. Okay, so this was your property number 5. Tell me, any doubt, anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. What about others?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So our next property will be, this is for product. Similarly for,
Sir, can you scroll a little bit up?
yeah, sure. Okay, you first copy then we will move forward.
Sir, done copy.
Okay. Next property is that log x1 by x2 to the base a. This is equal to log x1 to the base a minus log x2 to the base a. Okay, so here also the same condition for x1 and x2. x1 and x2 both has to be greater than 0. Okay, positive real numbers. So in this case also you can consider this equal to y1 and this equal to y2. Okay, so in that case x1 will be equal to a to the power y1 and x2 equal to a to the power y2. So if you do x1 by x2, that is a to the power y1 by a to the power y2, that is a to the power y1 minus y2. Okay. Now if you take log both sides, that is log x1 by x2 log a to the power y1 minus y2, and base is same for both the case. Okay, so exponent will come in front. Okay, this portion will come in front, so y1 minus y2 it will be, which means log x1 base a minus log x2 base a. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, you write 2 points. First one is that log of 1 to some base a, that is equal to 0. Okay, and log 0 to some base that is undefined. Okay, log of 0 is undefined. Now question is, undefined means there are 2 possibilities. What are they?
Plus infinity and minus infinity.
Plus infinity and minus infinity. Okay, now question is, for what values of a it will happen, and here also for what values of a it will happen. Okay, so these things we will discuss next day, not today, because we still have not discussed the graph of the y equal to log x base a. We will discuss that next day. Then we will understand from that part that for which case log 0 base a will be plus infinite, for what values of a, in which region, and in which region of a this will be minus infinite. Okay, so we will discuss separately with the help of the graph in that case. So this we will discuss next day, not today. Okay, next property will be property number 7. Have you noted down, all of you?
Sir, can you
Yes,
scroll
sir.
little bit up once? Like, little bit ahead.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
done.
Sir.
Okay. The last property is that a to the power log b base c equal to b to the power log a base c. Okay. A to the power log b base c equal to b to the power log a base c. Remember, this base, these two bases are fixed. Okay. The only thing is that a and b has interchanged their position. Okay. So let us understand how it happened. Let p equal to a to the power log b base c. Then if you consider log both sides, with respect to which base I am considering, suppose here c, this base is fixed. So here also we are considering the same base c. Okay. So now property number one, by property number one, this exponent will come in front. Okay. So what will it be? Log b base c into log a base c. Are you getting my point up to this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So since they are just the product of two logarithms, so we can interchange their position. How? It is log a base c into log b base c. Same thing I have written. Okay. Now, considering this as the exponent of b, we can move this on, I mean, as the exponent of b. I mean, can I write this equal to log b to the power log a base c base c?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That means this exponent of b was earlier in front of log b base c. Now we have moved them up. Okay, we have moved log a base c up on the exponent of b. All of you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So finally, log p base c is equal to this thing we are getting. Okay, so now we can remove log from both sides and the base also removed. So what we get finally? P equal to log, sorry, p equal to b to the power log a base c. Okay. Any question up to this? Hello.
No, sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So what I have done here, we have just considered this thing in the exponent of b here in the next step. Okay, we can do that. Okay, based on property number one, you can move this exponent in front or you can move this on up. Okay, no problem. So here log p base c is log b to the power log a base c with the same base. Okay, so from both the side we can remove this logarithm. Okay, so finally we are getting that p equal to b to the power log a base c. Okay, and earlier we considered p equal to a to the power log b base c. Okay, so eventually what we are getting, that a to the power log b base c equal to b to the power log a base c. Okay, so we can exchange the position of a and b, keeping the base c as fixed. Tell me any query, anyone up to this?
No, sir.
Okay. Next day we will discuss the graph of y equal to log x to the base a. Okay. Graph of y equal to log x to the base a. This one we will discuss next day. And with respect to that graph, we will try to understand that log 0 base a will be undefined. Okay, in which interval, in which case of a it will be plus infinite, and in which region of a it will be minus infinite. That we will explain with the help of this graph next day. Okay, and from the graph also we will be able to understand what is the domain and range of y equal to log x to the base a. This is also we have not discussed, so this one also we will discuss, that like domain and range of y equal to log x to the base a with the help of the graph. Okay, where x is independent output and y is dependent output. Okay, so these two things are remaining for the next day, and maybe few more concepts if are left, that will also be discussed, and few more questions also we will discuss based on the property. Okay, so tell me, up to this, any doubt, anyone?
Can you scroll up to the page back to the first questions you gave? The
First
log,
question. Okay.
yes, the log 0 log 0.1.
Yeah, this one.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
tell me.
Yes, sir. Actually I couldn't copy one sum.
Okay,
here.
please. Okay, you copy, no problem. Okay, others, if you have any doubt, then you can ask whatever discussed today.
Sir, question number 3.
Question number 3. Okay, so just listen here. See, 5 plus 2 root 6 and 5 minus 2 root 6. Okay, if you take the product, what will you get? 5 square minus 2 root 6 whole square? 1. Okay.
1.
So that means 5 minus 2 root 6 is equal to 1 by 5 plus 2 root 6. Isn't it? So that means it
Yes,
is
sir.
5 plus 2 root 6 whole to the power minus 1. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
So now you can think that it is 5 plus 2 root 6 whole to the power minus 1. And the base is also 5 plus 2 root 6. What will be your
X
answer?
equal to minus 1.
Minus 1. So this exponent will be there only.
I understand.
Okay. Anything else?
We do this sum as x is equal to taking this as x is equal to log
Yeah.
5
No
minus
problem.
2. Okay.
That is also correct. Anything else? Okay, so if you have any question in between, then you can ask in the group also. Okay, no problem, or else you can ask me directly. So if you don't have any question, then we can end this session. Okay. So have you copied question number 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So we are just ending the session for today. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.